tie up a feather marabou jig for salmon. We're going to start off with a 1/2 ounce Wonder Bread jig. I like the Wonder Breads. They're multiple colors in there, especially with the white. You can really change up the color combinations in this. So basically, we are going to start with what I'm tying with for the thread is Danville's 210 denier in a flat wax nylon, and this is in white, so to match our jig head. And for the tail, we're going to use a couple pink fuchsia marabou blood quill feathers. We're going to put a collar into this, super easy to do, with a very light pink, almost like a peppermint extra select marabou. And then we're going to add some pearl crystal flash in here. Create a nice thread base, and we want to stop pretty well where the barb is on the hook. Trim. We're going to take our marabou, and you'll see that it's a little bit squared off. If you get the pieces that are squared off, just nip them. We're going to use 2 pieces here, kind of squared off, so we're going to nip them, brush them back out, line everything up. Be somewhat handy to shank length and 1/2 roughly, so I just kind of give it a little bit of a twist here to apply it. I'm going to line this up, hold it firmly, 2 loose wraps, then tighten, wrap, tighten, wrap, tighten, wrap, tighten. All the way up. Just want to take just a small amount of crystal flash, place it firmly with our thumb, 2 loose wraps, make sure it's evenly distributed, cinch it, gather up the other side, cross it over, loose wrap. When you cross it over, I tend to move it around before I cinch it. That way it's got a nice even distribution. I want to trim these right behind the... Okay, so next we're going to put in our collar. We don't have to worry too much about the body here because the collar is going to be long enough, the marabou is going to be long enough, it's going to cover the back. So you can see where I'm tied in here, about halfway between our tail material and our jig head. We're going to tie this in, tip first. So we take the tip, moisten it, I always make sure I keep everything a little neat here so you'll have a better finished product. Now that we've got that tied in, which we call palmering, so what we want to do is grab the quill firmly by the butt, preen the feathers backwards towards the tail, and we want to start wrapping. Just holding this into place. We're going to preen everything back. We're going to capture this. Nice firm wraps. Next we're going to trim. Pull back any loose fibers. Once we've done that, we're going to whip finish. And something like this, you don't have to do a whip finish. You can do a few half hitches and She'll be nice and secure. Takes a little bit of practice to getting over the jig eye with a whip finishing tool. So now that we have everything trimmed off, we are actually going to take our toothbrush here. There's a few fibers down here that we're just using my bodkin to pick up and free. So it's better just to break the few stragglers that got trapped and then see how it released all the other trapped fibers of the feather. Next, we're going to finish everything with some UV resin in Flow. I start just above the thread onto the jig head and let it kind of flow back over the thread. And where it's the UV flow, it's really runny, so I just rotate it in my vise and then I cure it. And there we have it. Ready to slay some salmon.
That's a baby wolf.
Yeah, it is. Hi, my name's Tanya Botchkoff. We're out here fishing the Kitimat River. We're fishing for Chinook. I got this pink, but you know, we catch salmon like this every day.
Some water?
Yeah, sure.
No, yelling's awesome. Right rod, right rod! I'll be standing all the way home. Red rum, red rum! I got the camera on. Is yours on? Yeah. Okay, perfect. He's getting ready to, he's fixing for another run here. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, I don't have this set as tight this time, so we kind of got this run to ourselves. Woo! Look at him!
He's big.
Oh, yeah. We're 120 feet out now. 140. What?
Swim for a little longer.
150, 160.
You got lots of line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
200. Oh, there we go. I gotta. He turned.
He may burn.
212. Oh, lots. I think more than you can get on with your 7,000. Alright. Although we're gonna wait until it's landed.
Yeah.
Because let's not jinx that. I'm so superstitious now.
Yes.
We got camera. I'm on camera.
Let me get out of the boat. Get out of your road.
Yeah, buddy. Alright. So this is a second fish on for me today. Or actually third. Yeah, I had a bump. Lost a good 35 just a few minutes ago. James got me into this little seam here, and we were just kind of chucking some. The rod went off hard too, and James like, right rod,